Welcome to the GCN Tech Show.
This week we've got loads of hot and spicy tech, including new bikes from Merida, Trek, Factor and Cervelo.
Plus this week we're going to be discussing some of the advancements in materials science that could have a big impact on the cycling world. First up, let's take a look at last week's poll. So last week, we asked what you thought of the new Rule 28 wingsuit, whether you thought it was hot or not. 36% voted for hot. That means 64% of you thought not.
Yeah.
So not a popular one this week.
No, but I've got to, if it makes you faster and fast people start wearing it and winning it in it, it'll become cool, I think.
It will become cool.
Anyway, I've got a theory on this,
Yeah.
right? Oakley Kato glasses a few weeks ago. You're a big fan.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. But the audience wasn't. They voted they were not.
Yeah.
But what's his chops? Van der Poel.
Yeah.
Amazing win, wearing them yesterday in Tour de Suisse.
Yeah.
I mean,
People are going to start to think they're cool again now.
They're
aren't
cool
they?
now. That's it.
Yeah. Anyway, this week, some pretty cool stuff is happening in the materials science world. And seeing as Ollie loves science so much, we thought we'd discuss it further.
We're going to start with plasma-treated fabrics and surfaces. These things are absolutely insane, and the technology's been commercialised by a company called Dina Electronic from Germany.
But what actually is plasma? What is that?
Well, simply put, you have the states of matter, okay?
Yeah.
So if you have a solid and you apply energy to it, it turns into a liquid. And then if you keep applying energy, it turns into a gas. And then if you keep applying energy to a gas, you can ionize it into plasma.
I'm glad that was a simple answer. I'm glad you didn't give the in-depth one.
Yeah, well, you don't need to worry about that. What the main thing you need to know is that by treating surfaces or textiles with plasma, the company reckons that they can make these surfaces extremely hydrophobic and oleophobic.
So that means that they repel water, dirt and oil, yeah?
Very good, my Padawan.
Oh, thanks.
And this could have huge implications for cycling clothing. You could have waterproofs that are thinner and more breathable, but more waterproof. Or you could just have these coatings applied to your bike and then just, well, dirt won't stick to it.
This could be incredible for your winter bike, couldn't it? Imagine just the dirt being repelled from it and staying nice and clean. But more importantly than that, imagine the implications this could have in cyclocross, for example. Like this sport that is renowned for people having to do multiple bike changes within a race, quite simply.
Because their bikes get clogged up with dirt.
Because the mud just sticks to the bike. So quite simply, they might not have to go into the pits quite as often.
Could win races, couldn't it?
It could be a real game changer for this, yeah. Oh, there's loads of cool videos online showing some of these fancy coatings, and they are very impressive, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not the only ones though. I came across a company called Never Wet, good name, who are also doing repellent coatings, which are, well, DWR, so durable water repellent coatings that can be applied to, well, pretty much anything. They've got some amazing videos as well. Like, there's a video of a guy in a suit and they've applied the coating to him and then they throw sewage on him and none of it sticks. It's amazing.
That is good.
Yeah. But the interesting thing about their coatings is that in the past, if you wanted to have hydrophobic coatings, so they repel water, and oleophobic coatings that repel oil, you needed to use fluorocarbons, which are bad for the environment and quite toxic, not very nice. Whereas their coatings don't use fluorocarbons, which is a nice technological advancement that you might not realise. Cool story.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I know about this because I used to use fluorocarbons quite a lot in lab. I used to use trifluoroacetic acid like all the time.
Oh, cool story, bro.
It is.
Anyhow, sticking with futuristic clothing, MIT researchers have developed the first fabric with digital capabilities so it can sense, analyse and store information of the activity that you're moving around if it was weaved into a shirt, for example.
I mean, that sounds amazing, but what does it mean?
Well, it means it's the first opportunity of using digital fabrics so that we can use it for performance monitoring, for example. So you could perhaps monitor physical activity, you could use it in the medical industry, perhaps for early detection of diseases. But as cyclists, it means we could monitor our physiological performance data. Up until now, electrical fibres have been analog, so that means they carry a continuous electrical signal through them rather than digital, which means you can carry small bits of information which is processed and translated using binary code. So that's a sequence of ones and zeros to process that information in a unique code. And its makers say, bear with me, that this work presents the first realization of a fabric with the ability to store and process data digitally, adding a new information content dimension to textiles and allowing fabrics to be programmed. There's a lot of information in there, wasn't there?
I mean, that sounds incredible, but it sounds like it's going to be pretty expensive. I mean, you wouldn't want to crash wearing that jersey.
You would not want to crash wearing a digital jersey, would you?
No, and also, I can't imagine the UCI are going to like it.
Oh, God, they'd be the first to pick up on that.
I mean, the UCI have just banned the glucose monitoring sensors in races. So things like the Super Sapiens sensor for measuring your blood glucose, now banned.
I'm just going to add that to my list of banned things from the UCI.
Yeah, things that the pros can't use, but we can. Get it on the list. Get it on the list.
Got to go a long way back on this list.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, personally, I feel that, you know, sensors that can give, and wearable tech that can give information and monitor things shouldn't be banned, especially if they can help riders be, you know, fitter and healthier and improve in a natural way.
Yeah, I think it's really good. So imagine having the ability to see some of this data on the television as you're watching the race live. So you could be able to see that your favourite rider in the Tour de France is about to bonk, for example, couldn't you?
Yeah, it's interesting, yeah. I mean, sports fans love stats, and I just don't see where you draw the line between banning a heart rate monitor or banning a glucose monitor. It just, well, I don't know.
Anyway, back to our digital jerseys. So I think they're still a little way off yet, because there's quite a lot of high-tech stuff in there. But something a little bit closer to home and a little bit more realistic is self-cooling fabrics.
Polyethylene, it's not what you think of when we say materials of the future, mainly because it's been around for absolutely ages and we all know it well as being what's used to make bin bags and cling film, or garbage bags and plastic wrap, if you're from America.
Potentially, though, it does have the ability to keep you cooler than most textile fabrics because it doesn't trap the heat in like they would. But the downside of this is that it doesn't allow moisture or sweat to evaporate away from the body, so that's kind of stuck in there, really.
Yeah, and the fact that it can't wick away moisture and it traps it in has been the kind of major deterrent, the major reason why it's not been used as clothing. If you've ever had to resort to wearing a bin bag yourself, you'll know that they get dead sweaty.
But now those MIT engineers have been at it again.
They have, and they've managed to weave polyethylene into yarns that have then been, put into lightweight, silky fibres that are able to, wick away that moisture and do it more effectively than common fabrics, such as, nylon and polyester and cotton. Yeah. And the way they've done this is through a new fangled extrusion process, which is able to make polyethylene fibres hydrophilic. So not hydrophobic, as we were talking about before, because in this case, you want them to be attracted to water, so hydrophilic, that then it draws that moisture and wicks it away from your body, and then it's able to evaporate and cool you down through that process.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And they also reckon, which is another big thing, that they can actually colour these fibres as well. Because in the past, with it being so hydrophobic, inks and dyes wouldn't stick to it. So it meant you could, if you wanted a polyethylene jersey, it could be any colour you like, either the white bin bag or the black bin bag. Take your pick.
That's maybe why we haven't seen it used in professional racing, because you haven't been able to get team logos and designs on there.
Well, one of the reasons, Anyhow, we love innovation and tech and gadgets and stuff, and we think that a lot of them can really enhance the world we live in and just cycling and health and everything. So we want to know, we're going to have a poll. Do you think the UCI is right to ban sensors like the Super Sapiens glucose monitor in races?
It's a good one.
Yeah, simple yes or no.
Well, you head over to GCN app and vote.
Vote now.
I'm intrigued to find out. It's now time for hot and spicy tech, and at the start of the show, we promised a truckload of new bikes here. So we're going to start with the Lamborghini-inspired limited edition Cervelo R5. Yeah, I know. So there's only 63 of these bikes available, of which only 2 are in the UK so far, both in a size 58.
Oh, I'm a 56.
My size actually, 58.
You get both of them.
Yeah, but other than the Lamborghini-inspired paint scheme, it's actually just a normal Cervelo R5.
Hang on, it's got a Lamborghini badge on the front though. It's got that bull on the back.
Yeah, it does have that. So this is based on the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, which previously broke the Nürburgring lap record. I think it was like 6 minutes, 44 seconds.
Insane.
Yeah, it is insane. Using Pirelli tyres though, fancy ones. Yeah. Not the same as what we have on our bikes.
How much is that?
It's £18,468.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
It's quite a substantial amount of money, but if you've got a Lamborghini...
pocket money up for that one.
Yeah, but if you've got a Lamborghini, it's like pocket change, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the price of a service and an oil change.
Yeah, it is. But they are pretty cool.
Cool fact as well. The fastest sedan around the Nürburgring is the Giulia Quadrifoglio, also on Pirelli tyres.
Oh, you've driven one of those, haven't you? Good. Yeah.
Next up, we've got a new bike from Bataille. So previously, in 2020, they launched the Power Plus Evo, which was, well, the world's first steel road bike that had a fully integrated cockpit and all the cables integrated and completely hidden.
So now they've launched a new special one called the Edizione Anniversario.
Didn't know you spoke Italian.
Yeah, so if you don't speak Italian, like I clearly do, that is the anniversary edition. And it's here to celebrate the company's 40th anniversary. So each one of these frames has a specially commissioned emblem on the seat tube, and it's gold plated, and crucially, get this right, each one features a diamond on that emblem.
Wow.
That is cool,
How much are you going to set me back? More or less than the Lambo?
I'm not actually sure. I didn't check the price on this one.
Oh.
I feel like I'm more excited about this than you are.
I just don't know how I'm going to afford all this. I'm going to have to really get another paper round.
You're going to have to knuckle down, aren't you?
I have.
About 70 of these bikes are available, although half of them are already sold. Next up in this week's Hot Tech Bike Special, Ollie actually spotted Mark Pudun.
Pardon?
Yeah, Mark Pudun. God, you like that, didn't you? And Jack Haig of Bahrain Victorious. Come on, hold it together.
I'm so pleased with myself with that joke.
Jack Haig of Bahrain Victorious riding what appears to be a new Merida Scultura. And fair play for spotting this, because you did call it a little while back on the UCI pre-frame list.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, so for those of you who are unfamiliar, the Scultura is Merida's lightweight climbing bike platform. And the last model came out in, 2015 at the Giro d'Italia. I was there, Cy Richardson was there as well. Cool. And it was a good launch, because I mean the bike was instantly victorious. Jan Palanche won a stage on it at the time in the Giro, which was good. But this new one seems to have gone down the route of, it's a completely new design, and it's gone down the route of kind of all the lightweight climbing bikes template. It's got more aero, integrated cockpit on there, spot the cables, dropped seat stays at the back. Interesting design of the way that the fork crown and seat stays appear to be sort of lined up, silhouetting each other, a bit like the Lotus track bike or the Villacento 10.
That was very cool. So also what I spotted, because I spot some cool things as well, traditionally they would have had Vision bar and stem combination on there, but this one has an unbranded one-piece combo, so presumably this is something that Merida have designed in-house and taken control of.
Yeah, and the seat post caught my eye as well, because it looks really thin, and usually thin means aero.
It does mean aero, and presumably a little bit more compliance as well.
Yeah, so interesting to see when the sort of official details emerge on this bike, but it does look rather cool.
It does look cool. Up next, we've got 2 new time trial bikes, with the first one being a new speed concept from Trek. So we spotted this on stage 4, so the individual time trial at the Dauphiné, and it was ridden by Ryan Mullen of Trek Segafredo. So what have we spotted on this new speed concept?
Oh, I love TT bikes, and well, the new one, the seat stays stand out immediately. They're where they meet the seat post is much lower on the new bike, and they're also kind of horizontal and then diagonal down. So similar kind of feature to what you've got on the new Specialized Shiv. The front end and the cockpit has clearly been completely redesigned. It looks much neater, much sleeker. On the older bikes, you used to have the sort of junction box positioned on top of the integrated stem cap. So yeah, this is much cleaner now.
Presumably aero.
Yeah, presumably more aero.
Beat to it, didn't I?
Yeah.
So up next, the second time trial bike we spotted is the Factor Slick.
Yes. This was being ridden in the final time trial stage of this year's Giro d'Italia by Israel Startup Nation riders, Matthias Brandley and Patrick Bevan. But it was in a sneaky guise. It was all blacked out and very stealthy. But again, by perusing the UCI approved frames list, we can, well, make an educated guess that this is the new Factor Slick. And well, it's disc brake, but the previous version was also disc brake. It's got an intriguing stem design at the front. So it's got a mono block riser on which the bars are fitted.
Similar to the Orbea Ordu time trial bike we've got.
Very similar to that. And then fitted on that, they've got Wattshop Anemoy extensions on there as a sort of cool thing.
So it also has the sort of super wide seat stay designs as well as wide forks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is that similar to that Lotus Hope track bike?
Yeah, the GB Olympic bike that we're hopefully going to see at Tokyo.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
Yeah, so very wide fork blades, wide seat stays, and then the fork crown and the seat stay junction are kind of silhouetting each other to, hopefully make it more aerodynamic. Intriguing design, but
hopefully Chris Froome likes it as well.
Yeah. Well, he's going to be riding it, isn't he?
Right, final bit of hot tech this week. Hot off the press, this is.
Yes, Ineos Grenadiers have just announced they've signed Pinarello as their bike sponsor for another 4 years.
Fantastic.
So, it looks like they're going to be continuing that partnership, which is cool. And, I don't want to stir the rumour mill, but I did notice that Mathieu van der Poel liked the post on Instagram. So,
well, if that's not saying something.
Maybe Mathieu van der Poel likes Pinarellos and Ineos, or maybe he's going to Ineos. Don't know. Let us know what you think in the comments. More hot tech next week. Anyway, it's time now for screw riding upgrades, buy upgrades. Hang on a minute. There's another possibility. Maybe Mathieu van der Poel doesn't think Pinarellos are any good, and therefore he's liked it because he's happy that Ineos, his rivals, are riding something that he doesn't think is any good.
So like real reverse psychology in there.
Yeah.
I think you're clutching at straws a little bit, but...
I'd just be reading too much into it.
Yeah.
Anyway, screw riding upgrades, buy upgrades, where you submit upgrades that you've made to your bike's equipment or cycling lives using the uploader. You can, whatever evidence you've got, and it's your chance to win the ultimate prize, a GCN water bottle or bidon if you're pretentious.
And last week
French.
Last week we had Mackenzie's community project restoration bike up against Helmid's Pantani tribute bike.
Oh yeah.
This time, big clear victory here. So 74% of the vote went to the Pantani tribute bike. It was very cool.
I'm a big fan of Chiles. That yellow on it.
I liked that. So
Very
head
nice.
over to Facebook, get in touch, and we'll get the prize out to you.
Certainly will. This week we've got BNY Cycle. And he's got an aluminium alloy frame from 1997. Is that vintage now? I reckon that is.
Yeah?
Yeah, cool. Yeah. And he's clear coated it and he's put on some modern components. He's changed the headset adapter and stem from a Deda Super Zero, brushed and polished it. He's put a new seat post in and a new, modified to a new quill post. I'm a big fan of quills. I think they always look nice.
Yeah.
And Campagnolo Super Record 12 speed and DT Swiss Oxic wheels. They're the cool ones that have this special coating on them. So they're like black.
Yeah.
So they look carbon, but they're actually alloy, but it's special braking coating on them.
I see. They're cool. The pictures look incredible. Look at the colour of this.
I know. And it's a bataille as well.
That I do like that. Look at the sort of polished effect on this.
That's really nice.
Yeah, that is like class.
It's just classy, isn't it?
Yeah. Finished article looked incredible.
I'm a big fan of just the retro modern thing.
Yeah.
It's just classy, isn't it?
I do like that. Yeah, big fan of that. So, as you would say every week, it's not going to be plain sailing. So they're up against Pete Warburton, which they say.
Is he a baker?
Hopefully, that's the only logical thing. The delicate seat and chainstays caught their eye on this bike, so it was a 1962 frame. So back then it was range topping.
That's very old.
Yeah, it is very old. Although he says it's been robbed of all its good components and was in a very sorry state. So he's revamped it, fit it out a mix of Campagnolo, GB brakes, levers, hand-built wheels.
Oh, he's got Maillard hubs on it as well.
Brooks B15 Swallow saddle, bar tape as well. I mean, look at the first picture. So this looks very tired.
Yeah, and it's just what cassette's on that on the back there?
That is not an 1130, that's for sure.
That's a 5-speed cassette. Wow. And
so this has been stripped right down, all back to the bare bones a bit. Everything has been sort of painstakingly refreshed, cleaned, revived, painted, and then we're back with what appears to be an incredible bike.
Superb.
That is nice.
Hats off to you there. That is mega.
Yeah.
I love the sound of those Maillard hubs as well.
Cool.
Like they just sound, with the screw-on cassettes, they just sound so different to a modern splined hub. Like, really nice.
But it's not down to us though, is it?
Look at that saddle. Oh, I'm a big fan of that. I like that a lot. Like your white cable housing as well. Very nice. Anyway, it's not down to us. Vote in the app.
Yes.
Both brilliant upgrades this week.
I'm intrigued to see the outcome of this one next week.
It's a strong. You're both winners in my book. Anyway, we'll reveal the results next week.
It's now time for the Bike Vault, where you upload pictures of your bikes. Ollie and I judge them to be either nice or super nice, and if they're super nice, I ring the bell.
Committed to the Bike Vault forever. If you want to play along at home or upload your own bike, all the bikes featured are on the GCN app, so check it out. I've just had a thought, right? What if Mattia van der Poel just liked the picture by mistake? Like sometimes you double tap on the picture to zoom in on it and it likes it. Maybe
you are far too hung up on this. Anyway, into the Bike Vault. We'll make it a quick fast special. I know how much you love that. Starting with Klein 2001. So this is a Klein Quantum Pro.
I do love a Klein.
Yes, check this out.
Yeah, that's an
incredible paint scheme.
Oh, nice purple.
Not in Biggie Smalls.
No, and he's got speed plays on. Look at those lightweight tubs he's got on there as well.
Have you noticed the mirror on the handlebars?
Yeah, that does detract away from it.
I don't care, it's a super nice from me.
Nah, not in Biggie Smalls, wheels aren't aligned, too many infractions. No, nice.
Okay, Ollie takes charge.
We've got to agree. Yeah. Next up, we've got, that's a nice, isn't it? That's Cervelo Aspero, gravel bike. MV wheels, big tyres. Oh, that is very good, but no pedals on it.
No battery on his rear derailleur either.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice, sorry.
Next, what have we got?
No Can Surf with their Live Airlight 3 disc. This is incredible. Check out those colours.
Wow.
That is amazing.
Bit of a low rider.
So they say
low rider saddle position, but I like it.
They say it's their daughter's bike, so they're 10 apparently. But it looks incredible.
That is cool.
That is a super nice from me.
That's a super nice from me. Yeah. Next up, we've got Connor M, 1997, with his Ribble Endurance SL disc.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I like that. Well presented.
Nice backdrop.
Cranks level.
Everything aligned. Super nice.
Super nice. Yeah, well done.
Textbook, my friend. Carl Cunnett has got his Stratos Keirin bike. Ooh. What do you make of that?
NJS, isn't that the thing all the parts were stamped with for the Japanese Keirin racing?
To use them in official Japanese Keirin racing.
This looks cool.
It's nice, isn't it?
Cool bar tape. Just a sort of plain, simple, smart looking
I've never seen bar tape like that before, but that's really cool. I'd like to know more about that. I'm going to go super nice on this.
Yeah, I'll go super nice with you. Yeah,
super nice. And we've got one from Joe Thomas.
Joe.Thomas.
Who actually works behind the scenes at GCN.
Yeah.
Good to see he's been using the app.
Good to see he's been using the app. Very good. That's what we like to see.
What do you make of that?
We've got all the information here. What do I make of it? Bit of shadows cast over the bike. Nice looking bike though. I do like the bike.
He likes his cameras and his photography and stuff, but he's tried to go a bit arty with the shadows, but it's obscuring some of the detail. No
shadow stand, I did spot there.
No shadow stand. Yeah. He's used a stick.
Valves, are they aligned? Yeah, I think the valves are aligned. Tyre logos are aligned. Yeah. In the correct gears, no accessories. Even the pedals are level. Like it is well presented.
It pains me, but I think we've got to give that a super nice.
Well, it doesn't pain me, but I'll give it a super nice. Super nice. Cheers, Joe.
Never at the end of it. He's banging on about that forever now.
Do you know what? I've got some bad news.
What?
That is unfortunately the end of the Bike Vault and the end of this week's GCN Tech Show.
I really wanted to rip Joe's bike, but he didn't really give me any opportunities.
Now we're running out of time, aren't we? It's been a long show already. So if you've got anything good to say it down in the comments section below, and we'll pick out anything good and read it.
Yeah, if you enjoy what we do and would like to support the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.